Welcome to Snap Vegan, where eating on the cheap doesn't have to kill you. I'm Kathy, and I'm back to tell you I'm going under the knife again. Made me want some whole wheat crackers and Tree Nut Hill Chipotle. So I'm going to be munching while we're talking. Okay, so today was my follow-up with my orthopedic guy. He's so cute. Youngin'. So, I went in there for a consultation because I'm kind of sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know how that goes. And Patty went with me just in case he did something that, you know, she needed to drive me home. So, we reviewed. Here's what I went in there to ask him. Do I have that Parsonage-Turner syndrome thing? Because if I do, if I get the surgery on my shoulder, is it going to matter any damn way? You know? Pardon the thing on the floor. That's his toys and my laundry I hadn't finished yet. Would it matter? And then to let him know that I thought the Aleve worked pretty good. And my concerns for, you know, leaky gut with, you know, staying on it more than 10 days and things of that nature. And what else? I wanted to take another look at the X-rays and confirm, you know, are they bone spurs? What is it? You know, tell me again. And, you know, I told him I was really tired of masking the problem. And I just, while the weather's good and I don't have to walk on snow and ice, just tell me what my options are one more time. And so he did. You know. Then, sorry, I'm hungry. Soy chai latte. Tea. With a coupon. Actually free. Anyway, I digress. So, you guys haven't seen the X-ray, but I'm about to show you. I think I just blipped it one time, but I'm really going to show you this time so you understand. And in that video, because I've already recorded it, I'll probably be repeating myself from what I'm telling you now. But there are big, jagged bone spurs. This is my right, this is my left. I don't know how it's showing up on your side of the thing, but big, jagged bone spurs. Now, my clavicle bone here is fused to this outside shoulder bone. It's fused, stuck. There's supposed to be a space between these bones, which lets you rotate your arm, you know? I don't have that over here. Somehow or another, the arthritis I had kind of, like a magnet, drew it together. I don't know how it happened. I did have a domestic violence situation, and I asked, could it have been from that? And he said, it didn't look like it was trauma, probably arthritis. So, anyway, so he said what he'll do, he'll put a camera here, one in the back. He said they're an incision about that big, and it only takes one stitch. I'm like, okay. And he'll go in and he'll take a look. And if it's just the bone spurs that he has to do, I mean, he'll go ahead and take out the bone spurs, smooth all that down. And he will release my fused collarbone from this and it'll go back into its natural position. So when it heals, I can do all this again. Yay! But if that's what he's doing, he's separating the bone and then he's taking out the bone spurs. If that's all he does, I'll only be in a sling 3 days. And then he says, just like he told me for the wrist and elbow, use it as much as you can for however long you can. And when it starts to bother you, stop. Hot, rotate, hot, cold, hot, cold. He'll, of course, give me medicine or whatever after surgery. And today, he ended up going ahead and giving me my shot, which feels so much better now already. He said it takes a day or two to kick in. I said, I don't know if you've ever had one of these or not, but no, it doesn't. It really starts working like in 10 minutes. I might get better results in another week, but I'm telling you, in 10 minutes time, that doesn't hurt anymore. It feels odd because a little bit of it's numb, but 10 minutes flat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut my pie hole and eat me some crackers and then show you this little thing I made, a demonstration I made about the shoulder, because A, my son watches, my brother watches, and they're not anywhere around, so that way this keeps them informed on what's going on. And then he said after this is all over and my stress test is over, which will be like in a couple 3 weeks, he gets the okay from the cardiac person. We go. We just do it. What, Austin? What? There's nobody there. Come here. Come. Come. No, you can't have my crackers. Isn't he awesome? He's so sweet. He's such a sweet boy. So, I'll, showing you the video here, so you can see what's going on. And you know, I think my subscribers here are kind of invested in my journey. You know, everybody seems to be very supportive and everything else. And you know, these days on the internet, you don't know who's true, who's not, what's, you know, this is just kind of my way of being accountable to, you know, speaking truth to the power, and, you know, proving that life really can be like this. But, you know, also proving that if you don't take care of it and take charge, you know, you're going to freaking be miserable forever. You know, I'm 60 years old now. I ain't got time for no wheelchair, rocking chair bullshit. I got to get better, get my health back, and I don't care if I'm a damn greeter at Walmart. I don't care. I got to get back to work. Of course, you know, accounting is my thing. Call me. And you know, I can do that. I can still do that. Of course, the new tax laws come up, and I got a lot to learn about that. But my doctor had jokes today, and I'll tell you that on the other side of this video. So here's the demonstration about my shoulder, what's going on, what it looks like, and when you see those bone spurs, you're going to go, OMG. So here it is. Okay, well, this is an x-ray of my shoulder, and I wanted to show it to you, just so you could see what's going on and what he's going to be doing. So, if this is my clavicle, this is my top rotator cuff thing. Okay, so the rotator cuff, let's see here, I'm going to go red. The rotator cuff is supposed to be like that. Okay? This is my clavicle. My clavicle is supposed to be like that. And what has happened is that my clavicle has fused on top of my rotator cuff, and it's solid, frozen. That's why I can't lift my arm. You know, when you lift like this, usually this will, you know, this will give, and there's space in between here, and I don't have that space in between there. And so what he's going to do is, I'll move you a little bit closer. What he's going to do is he's going to go in there with a camera here. Whoops, need a pen. He's going to come in here. He's going to come in from back here. And he's going to come in right here. That's side, back, front. First thing he's going to do is take the bone spurs off. Okay, and then there's another one right up at the top of here. And then first, that's what first thing he's going to do is take those off. And then after he takes all those off, here's where it gets fun. He is going to separate these bones, because let me show you here. The end of my clavicle, or end of my bone, is here, okay? Or rotator cuff or whatever. But my clavicle, has I got the right pen? The clavicle is here. And so what he has to do is he has to come in and he has to put space between here and here to give me the space I need for my rotator cuff to be able to rotate. Rotate front, rotate side, back, whatever, out, you know, because I can't now. I can't do that now because they're fused together. So he's gonna cut that right there, separate it out. That will as soon as that releases, my clavicle will just fall back in the right position, and it'll give that space it's supposed to have in here. And then he said that, you know, when he does go in here, if he sees that these gnarly bone spurs here have torn or ripped a tendon or ligament, he's going to have to repair it. He can't just like leave it alone. But he does not think that's the case. He didn't think that's happened. So the good case scenario is he takes these bone spurs out here, and then he separates. He separates the here from here. This will move naturally back in its spot. I will have the space I need right here. And I will only be in a sling for 3 days, y'all. Modern medicine is like, oh my God. So I will only be in a sling for 3 days. Now, if he finds out that, you know, they've torn something, it'll be worse. But he doesn't think that's happened. I'm gonna think on the good side here. And right now, let me get my color here. Right now, these boogers right here, zing, 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 zing. That's a sharp little thing, ain't it? They are going away. See ya. Bye. Bye. This little thing right here, that little sharp little dude, off with you. I'm a terrible drawer. But so that's what he's going to do. And he did give me a shot today. I'll show you that in a minute if I hadn't already. I'm kind of just doing this right now. But so that's the shoulder part of, you know, this video, because I did want to actually show it to you to, you know, see what, and okay, so anyway, let's just get back to the regular video. Okay, so there you have it. That's some gnarly looking bone spurs. Yeah, it hurts. Dang straight. Sorry, see that laundry on the floor? That's me. I ain't finished yet. I need to get some fabric softener. I can live without it, but I'd rather not. But I'm still working on that. Anyway, so you know, I figure I'd just go ahead and do this thing. You know, I got the let me check my calendar here. I've got my next appointment is the 17th. That's when I have my stress test, my bone scan, my mammogram, and the ultrasound. All in one day. All in one place. I'll be there all day. Ugh! I don't know how I'm going to eat there. But I'll figure it out. Patty might have some money. I don't know. So that's the 17th. And then I go and see... When am I going to go see Robin? I got to make a follow-up appointment for Robin, like the 26th of April. Robin's my cardiac person. And he said as soon as she clears me to say I'm good and stable and everything else, well, you know, I'm not stable, but you know what I'm saying. The heart is good. I'm a stable genius, y'all. Seriously. Which reminds me of doctor jokes. I'll get to that in a minute. So, 26 is when I see her. We go over all the ultrasound, of the everything, stress test, all of that. And then if she okays it, then like Thursday, May 3rd, we're gonna just daggone do this thing. I got a senior pack pickup the day before, so I'll be stocked on, hopefully stocked on food, some food. And then, you know, we're just gonna get this done. I'm tired of it, honest to God. I'm just so tired of this business. So anyway, you know, whenever me and Patty go to doctor's offices together, we always cut up, and my doctors love the tag team, Thelma and Louise kind of thing, you know. They kind of like that. We entertain them. And when I get nervous, sometimes you have to tell a joke or whatever. But anyway, I was explaining to him how, you know, I thought the stress from this, you know, I said, you know, I don't understand, because I eat healthy food. Yeah, I've screwed up a couple times, but that's not going to, like, shoot things up. And he said stress causes cholesterol. Or makes your cholesterol go. I said, I know. And this thing is stressing me out. And I said, and I'm wondering if all the pain from this is not what caused me to have that AFib, because I was just so anxious about this, the pain and everything else. And I said, you know, this AFib thing, I've only had like 3 real super fluttery things happen to me in the last 10 years. You know. And you know, I'm wondering, is this feeding this? You know, he said it could be, but we're gonna wait until Robin says what's what, and as soon as she clears you, we'll go. And I'm like, okay. But he said, yeah, absolutely. Stress causes your cholesterol to go up, and also makes you retain fluids, and inflammation makes your body collect fluid. And you know, I got a lot of fluid up in here. He showed us the MRI, he had like the X-ray on this side. No, he had the MRI on this side and the X-ray on this side. And he was going through, he goes, okay, now you see the X-ray and here's the MRI. I'm going to roll this little bit by little bit. And he says it's like cutting slices. Like, you know, from the MRI, it's like cutting vertical slices into your shoulder. So as I progress, I'll explain it and I'll show you. And he did. I love that about him. It's Dr. Eddie at Fort Wayne Orthopedic. He is an awesome guy. Just takes the time with you, explains things very thoroughly in terms you can understand, which is great. And all I have to do is remember the damn thing. So that's why I'm recording it now. So I'll remember it. Okay, so he explained about the rotator cuff. He explained about the fusion. But he did, again, I'll repeat myself again. If those bone spurs have ripped or torn tendons or ligaments, he's going to have to repair it. And then I'll be in a sling for 6 weeks. And the recovery will be longer than a year. And that would suck big, hairy ones. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. But you know what I'm saying. But if it's just the bone spurs and he separates the bone, he said as soon as that's released, this thing is going to fall back in its natural position. And that's just like takes the pressure off, just like that. And the reason he's going to take the bone spurs off first is that so when he releases that bone, those bone spurs don't rip and tear on the way out to the natural release. He's so nice to explain things like that, and it makes good sense, don't it to you? Back under the knife I go. I'll take 3 days and ice packs and heating pads. Oh, heating pad. Last time I tried that, it was like, oh, get this thing off me as quick. But I love it for my back. My back and my neck. Oh, I love my heating pad. Thank you, Pam Moxie, for getting me a heating pad. You know, a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Betty, offered to loan me or give me her old heating pad. And although I appreciate things like that, there are some things that should not be shared between friends. And a heating pad's one of them, a toothbrush is another one, underwear is another one. Because I know with me, when I use a heating pad, sometimes I sweat. And that sweat gets in the heating pad. And I would not want anybody to use it, even after it's dried out. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate, Betty, your offer, but, you know, like I said, I mean, like, I gave Patty some sheets I had for a bed that I had, and she has that size bed now. Now, I'll wash my sheets. They're fresh. They're, you know, that's different. But heating pad, I know they say you can wash them, but the only time I have ever washed a heating pad as directed, didn't put it in the dryer, I let it air dry. I let it air dry for like 3-4 days, you know. It never worked the same after I washed it. Never heated up like it did before I washed it. So, now what I do is I put a towel between me and the heating pad. Before I didn't used to do that. Now I do. But anyway, so thank you, Betty. So you know, I can deal with the homemade cold packs and the you know, heating pads for however long that takes. I can do that, and I just want to, God, you know, I just want to get back to semi-normal. Just because if I waited to do this when I was 70, forget about it. I'm getting ready to have a bone density scan. You know, that's going to be vital information for my doctor when he goes in here to do these bones. So, already, well, I don't know. I really don't suspect I've got soft bones. I don't. Because they're hard as a brick. They're fused together with arthritis. I mean, that's pretty hard. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But so anyway, getting back to doctor jokes. Sorry, I'm not staying on track. But so we were talking about stress, and he says, well, what other stresses? What kind of things are going on? And I said, it's just this. It's like wanting to reach up into the cabinet and get a coffee cup, and you got a lightning bolt shooting it, and it's like every turn of the way I try to do something, and it's a constant reminder that I can't do it, and I should be able to do it, and I'm not going to take a pill. I say if I take a pain pill, the pain, it'll tell my brain the pain's not there, but continued use of it, I could be hurting something else in here and not even know it. That's why I can't stand pain pills, because they give you a sense of false well-being. You take a pain pill and you're like, oh, I feel so much better. But the damage is still there, and the more you bear on it and wear it out and whatever else, you're going to do further damage because you can't feel it. You can't feel that you're damaging yourself more. And, I don't want to do that. I mean, there are going to be situations when I get older. I know with the arthritis and I have a missing vertebra in the back. I've got, I got all kinds of orthopedic problems. But this, bothers me, that and my hip. Bothers me more than anything else. And they ain't touching my hip. I am not freaking going there. But anyway, so I said, it's just a stress. And could that could that nerve or pain, or could the anxiety that I have from this cause the AFib that night? He says, we're going to fix your shoulder, but your AFib's not going to go away. He said, your shoulder's not connected like that. I'm like, okay, I know that. I'm just saying, psychologically or whatever. And he says, anxiety could make your things fluttery. He goes, but, I'm going to fix your shoulder, but I can't fix your AFib. I said, I know. But he says, other kind of stresses. I said, well, just being locked in disability. I can't stand it. I want to go places. I want to do things. I can't even go to a movie. I said, it's so frustrating. It's every day I fight depression like crazy. And some of you could maybe relate to that. It's like, damn, I want to go somewhere. I want to do something. Oh, I can't. I got to save the gas in my car because I got all these doctor's appointments, and I got this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Oh, well, car springs a leak. Son of a bitch. You got, okay, you got no money to get your car fixed. You've got, I said, Doc, you wouldn't understand. He goes, I understand more than you think I do. He says, you know what else it could be, don't you? I said, what? He says, could be Trump. I said, yeah. I said, you know what? You might have a point there. Because before he came to town, they didn't tax my disability. But now, since the 1% got their gift, I said, a lot of people don't know, but what wasn't taxable before for Social Security disability people and people on Social Security, or SSI. Well, not SSI, because they're not taxable. They don't make enough. It's only like $740 a month or something. But for me, it's $922. And that wasn't enough to owe taxes before. Now, I have to pay taxes, which takes more money away. It's like, and then I said to him, I says, that son of a gun. I said, he's taxing my disability now. You're right. He's a motherfucker. And he laughed. He cut up laughing. We always cut up back and forth like that, He was adamant, and I was adamant. I wanted to run for city council next year. And I actually wanted to run for county council at large this time, and you know, we were working in that direction, and you know, this just wasn't cooperating. The shoulder wasn't cooperating, because the person I would be replacing on county council, she had major health problems, and I said, I don't want to go in it with health problems, because that'd just give everybody something to talk about, and oh, she can't do that, you know, I don't want that. When I go in, if I get a chance, I want them to see somebody that had or had a successful career, got hit by a train, got up, took charge, corrected things, got back on track, and wins an election. That's what I want them to see. Because if you can do it, you need to do it. I'm telling you, people, I know this is a long video, but we have to take charge. Whatever we can. Demand it from your doctors. If you're like me and you're on Medicare and Medicaid as your secondary, I've got that extra help thing to help prescriptions, but it doesn't pay for it all. My Advair, I can't even get my Advair refilled. It's like $400 to get my Advair for my COPD. So I don't want to take it anymore. I just take my Spiriva now, and that's okay. And I have to pay for Spiriva, but not much. And everything else is only like $1.20 or $3 or something like that. I only have 2 other prescriptions I have to fill, and they're only $1. So it's no big deal. But the Advair is a big deal if you like to breathe. You know. So, but we have to take charge. We have got to take charge. And I am here to tell you, if I can do it, you can do it. Because I have been down and out. I have been depressed to the point of where I just could jump off a bridge and not give a damn. I have been there. I have been there. I have been in place, you know, the death of my granddaughter. She was murdered. And she was like 9 days short of her, or 19 days short of her 3rd birthday. And she was murdered by her babysitters, husband and wife team, in Phoenix. If you don't know that, you can Google it. Savannah Cross, daycare death in Phoenix, December the 11th of 2012. And it took us 4 years to get to court and get them sentenced and sent off to prison. 4 long years. And there was a lot of bumps in the road in between there. And, you know, if it wasn't for me advocating so hard for that case to bring it to justice and stay involved and my son made me the family representative, because of course that was really hard on him. And you know, I've got the business sense. I've got some legal training. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I have legal training, paralegal training, and you know, business sense about me. And you know, it completely took over my world. I was in school when that happened to get my business administration or management degree, and then business certification. I don't know. I got two more things. I went to get current on my skills. You know, just to have another degree on the wall, it really doesn't mean anything. You have to stay current. You know, current events. What's going on now? Because when I went to school way back in the day, things are changed, and you have to keep up. And so I was in school. I was in school that day. Matter of fact, I had taken Patty to her entrance exam, because I talked her into coming to college with me. And she got her degree too in health information management. So proud of her. And she found out she had cancer, breast cancer, about 2 months. No, she found out about 2 weeks before graduation that she had breast cancer. And as soon as she graduated, she went in and had a mastectomy and started her chemo. And I tell you what, my friend Patty's had a rough road herself. That's why me and her, I don't know, me and her just get along. You know, we get along, we're goofy. Everybody needs a friend like that. And, you know, so I'm telling you, take charge. Go to your main primary doctor. Let them know everything that's going on with you. Let them refer you out to who you need to go to. And if you're in Fort Wayne and need something orthopedic, man, you go to Fort Wayne Orthopedics. I'm telling you now. They've got a doctor for every different bone, but that's okay. It's a specialty, and you know, you don't need a referral from Medicare. And they, you know, they bill secondary Medicaid, whatever. I haven't had to pay a dime. I met my deductible a long time ago. I met my deductible the first week of January, y'all. But you got to take charge. You've got to take charge. And, you know, like I said, if I can do it, you can do it. And I have the goal of getting better, getting back out, getting my stamina better, you know, because all this downtime has just made me a big old pile of mush. I can't stand it. I can't not stand it. I can't stand it. So I am saying that, you know, like this is in the way of me getting out there and doing more. You know, so I'm going to fix it. I'm going to take that excuse off the table. Find out what was wrong with my back, my hips, whatever. Not knowing is worse than knowing. Because when you know, you can address it and do something about it. So I'm going to be a big old pile of mush, drugged up, whatever, for 3 days, like loopy goofy or whatever. But I decided I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. Get this excuse off the table. I'm going to get that stress test. I'm going to do. But one thing I will not go on Coumadin. I will not go on blood thinners. You know, I'm going to do this with my diet and as soon as I can, my exercise, and that's what's going to happen. Period. And you know, that's it. And just to close on a completely, totally non-related topic. I tried this Aveeno sample today. I took a shower, and it's yogurt body wash, and it has vanilla and oats. That's what I couldn't read in this review. It's a little slimy when it's on your washcloth, but when it gets on your body, and you know, this is like what? 12 hours later, it's still soft. It's still nice and soft. It's very, I mean, almost non-existent fragrance. So, it's Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Yogurt Body Wash, vanilla and oats. Get some. Got that in that Walmart beauty box thing. So, that's it. I want to thank my friend Patty. She never watches these things, but just in case I croak and she ends up going through here for old reminiscing times. Thank you for taking me to the doctor today. Love you, sister. Son, I love you. I'm going to be okay. If you could come and help me out, that'd be even better, because, you know, it's going to be, you know, I don't know. Anyway, any excuse to get you to come see your mama. Anyway, love you, everybody. Sorry it's been so long, but I wanted to make sure to give you all I had today. This is everything that happened. It's what's happening now. And I love you and thank you for your support. If you want to support the channel in any way, there's a couple of ways down there below. Now that I know what's coming up, you know, if you can, that'd be great. So take care. Love you all. And talk to you soon. Bye-bye.